Hello everybody and welcome back again to another video. In this video I'm gonna talk about Stan Wawrinka's performances against Novak Djokovic and of course about Roger Federer's performance against David Goffin. And let's begin with Roger Federer. Roger Federer played a superb match yesterday against David Goffin, where he basically nailed Goffin in the coffin and won in 3 convincing straight sets. He bageled him in the last set, 6-2, 6-2, 6-0. And I was a little bit surprised when I saw the match, because I saw the whole match yesterday and I was impressed with Roger, and at the same time I was a little bit disappointed of David Goffin. But it wouldn't have mattered if David Goffin played his regular game, because yesterday Roger was on fire. He was focused, determined, and aggressive. He was like when his first strike tennis works, very hard to beat. It takes some superpowers from players like Djokovic and Nadal to defeat him at this state. Even that's a tough task for them, because when Roger plays like that, nobody can stop him with that force, with that firepower. When Roger plays, he usually plays with small margins, because the first strike tennis is very aggressive and he don't have so many room for margins. So when it works, when he finds the line with his forehand, with his aggressive strokes, it's almost impossible to beat him. And we have seen that is with this tennis that Roger has won his Grand Slams. Super ultra aggressive, hitting down the lines, make a way for his forehand, his footwork. When he comes around to hit the forehand from his backhand side, that's when Rogers plays that kind of tennis, he's pretty unbeatable. That's for sure. But yesterday, David Goffin was pale. I don't know what happened to him, if his head wasn't there. But anyway, I don't want to take anything away from Federer. He just blew Goffin off the court. It was a break point buffet for Roger. When was the last time he converted 9 out of 10 break points opportunities? I've never seen that before. Maybe in his early years in his career he destroyed some opponents, but not the last 10 years. Maybe I'm wrong, but this shows signs that Roger is in full shape. He plays like he played in Wimbledon in the final, especially. He played good. He was the better player in that final. After 3 rounds, he was a kind of rusty in the first 2 second rounds. Like always, all these big players like Nadal, Djokovic, and Federer, they always start slow except Nadal. He always plays the same. He always destroys these low-ranked players. Nadal is always at the same level. That's why he's so hard to beat. But Novak and Roger, they can dip. They can disappear for a couple of minutes. They can lose a set here and there. But Nadal is totally the opposite. He have had some early exits previously in his career, and mostly at Wimbledon. And when he loses to a much better player that had his best day at work. And that was not the case with David Goffin, but Federer was just much better. And in my preview I had Roger as a semi-final candidate, and I still think he will reach that semi-final without a problem. He's gonna meet Grigor Dimitrov, a guy that he has never lost against. He has won their 2 previous meetings in Grand Slams. They have only played 2 times there. He have won both of them. And Dimitrov have only beaten Nadal 1 time, I think. And Djokovic also, if I can remember correctly. And he always choke, and underachieve when he plays against the big three. But it's just that he's a lighter version of Roger Federer. Everything that Grigor Dimitrov does, Roger does it much better, with more accuracy, and the most important thing, more consistency. Because if you look at the ranking, Grigor is around 70 in the World ATP ranking, and his game is much better than that. He should be a top 20 player. But he has some injuries, he wasn't in form, etc. It can happen to players, he's only human. But with this free ride in the third round, when he got the walkover, he got a good 2 matches in the beginning, and now he's starting to get his confidence, and he won in straight sets against de Minaur. He was a much better player in that match. He didn't give him a chance. He just played his regular Grigor Dimitrov baby-fed game and won that match fair and square. So the matchup against Roger is terrible for Dimitrov. Like I said, he have lost 7 out of 7 meetings, and Roger is a huge favorite in that match, and he will probably advance to the semifinal. And now a little about Stan Wawrinka's performances against Novak Djokovic. We have all known that he has struggled with his arm, with his shoulder. But against Kudla, we didn't see much of that, to be honest. It was in the match before he had some treatment. He scanned his shoulder. They said it was no problem. Yeah, I told him previously he was gonna play against Wawrinka with painkillers. He probably did that. I don't know what happened. But when Wawrinka plays like he does when he's in the zone, when he hit his winners, when he hit the ball with his clean power, he's almost impossible to beat. Because Wawrinka, he's one of the few players that has beaten Roger Federer, Novak Djokovic, and Nadal in Grand Slams. He is one of the rare players that has done that. Actually, maybe Murray is one of them, but I don't remember the other players, to be honest. Maybe Del Potro have done that. I'm not sure. But the way Stan performs against Novak is when he's in the zone, it's a beauty, because Novak, as we all know, he's a wall. He's a living wall. He's the most complete player. He's all round. He's very hard to beat from the baseline. But when Wawrinka keeps his low unforced errors numbers down, he can beat Novak. And he has done that 6 times now. I think he has done that. This is his 3rd or 4th win against him in a Grand Slam. He has already beaten him in Australia and in the epic final in Roland Garros 2015 and the 2016 US Open final. So Stan Wawrinka is the man that won against Novak last time in the US Open, and this proves that he's mentally tough, Wawrinka. He always does this sign when he points his finger to his head. He shows that I'm here, I'm not going anywhere. You have to fight for this victory. And I sometimes wish that a player like Wawrinka and Del Potro, that they can be more consistent. Del Potro, we know, when his huge game caused damage against Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic also. His power tennis, he has great fuel in his tank. When he can play without being injured against those guys, when he play 100% fit, he's a hard matchup for them also. And the same with Stan Wawrinka. But the problem with Stan Wawrinka, his consistency level is very low. So What I've seen in this tournament, I had him as one of my dark horses. I've talked with a lot of friends. I said, I wish that Wawrinka gets back in full shape. I even said it in my video before, but I thought that Wawrinka will be maybe a quarterfinal candidate, maybe semifinal, but I think it's very hard for him to win another Grand Slam again. But with this demonstration, with this power, with this physique that he have, he can for sure win this tournament. That's for sure. But he has to come through Daniil Medvedev, who is a living wall also. He's a clean ball striker. He barely makes mistakes. He's hard to hit through, and that's what Stan Wawrinka must do, like he does against Novak, like he does against Nadal. And if he can come up to that level again, he will be the favorite in that match against Daniil Medvedev. Because when Wawrinka plays like this, he will win against Daniil Medvedev. That's for sure. Daniil Medvedev is pretty unexperienced in Grand Slam events compared to Wawrinka. He has beaten him. Daniil have beaten Wawrinka one time, and that was in Wimbledon 2017, I think, or was it 16 in the first round? I think it was 2017, where he beat him in 4 sets. But then Wawrinka struggled, and Daniil was an upcoming next-gen player, like he still is, I think, in my opinion. So Daniil Medvedev played against this German guy Köpfer, who reminds me of Nadal in his playing style, and won in 4 sets. And I think it will be a great battle between these two, Wawrinka and Medvedev. That's for sure. But I think that Wawrinka will win, and if he win, he can come through Federer also. It's not impossible. But I think on the top draw section, we will see Roger Federer in the final. And who we will play against? Of course, he will play against Rafael Nadal. I can't see him lose with that draw that they have. He has his first test tonight against Cilic. And none of the other guys are guys that can beat him in Grand Slams. Monfils can beat him, Schwartzman, Rublev, even Berrettini, who's going to play against Rublev, I think. None of them has a chance to beat Nadal. Because Nadal, when he plays against other one, especially when he doesn't play against the Novak and Rafa, he is a beast. And their opponent knows that. When they step into the court and they're going to face Nadal, they almost lose the battle before they enter the court. It's hard to say that against the professional players, but their mind game shows me, and their consistency level shows me, that Nadal is just much better against his lower ranked players. I don't care how difficult his draw is. Some complain against his Wimbledon draw, especially his fans, especially Nadal himself. But I said his first real test was the match against Nick Kyrgios, and then the semifinal. All right. With that said, on Nadal section, he's a clear favorite, and we're gonna see probably the first US Open final between Roger Federer and Nadal. Actually, their first meeting, they have never met each other at US Open. That's very, very amazing. If you count all the years that they have played and how deep they goes in the tournaments. I didn't watch the Nadal's last match against Chang because I already knew. When Nadal meets these low-ranked players, I don't bother to see the match. I can see Federer's match because it's more exciting, and of course, the most important thing, I love Federer's tennis. That's why I watch his matches. Some of them in the early stages, sometimes in the quarterfinals and in the end of the tournament, of course. But against his performance against David Goffin, we can clearly say, some people want to say Goffin wasn't as he usually plays. He was not 100%. He was not focused. He wasn't there in his mind, blah, blah, blah. Roger played like the second set in Halle against him, with no mercy. I'm pretty impressed with Roger, I have to say. But he has done this for years now. When you think when he has fallen down, he just get up and bounce back and fight his rhythm and his game. And we all know he plays for titles. He plays because he thinks it's funny. He doesn't have anything to prove. Of course, he wants to extend his Grand Slam lead. That's the main reason that he plays. He's chasing those big trophies like Novak and Rafa and all the other players actually on tour, because everybody wants to win, but these guys are just much better than everybody else. And that's why they're still winning. That's why they keep delivering. And the consistency level are high, high, high. So we have some interesting matches left. I'm waiting for the results now later tonight. Maybe I'm gonna watch Nadal's match against Cilic, a match that he should win in 3 straight sets, because what I've seen Cilic so far, he's not a big threat. Maybe he can take 1 set to tie break, maybe 2, but nothing more than that. Nadal will hit through him. And as we all know, Cilic is an okay player when he is 100% fit, but he's not that anymore. He is past his prime, and if he beats Nadal later today, it will be this year's biggest upset for sure, without a doubt. Alright folks, I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care and bye bye.